All right, Chicago, come on. We about to get it in. It's Praise Break Friday. Y'all gonna get it in with me one time. Let's go.
No limit, no boundaries.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. It is Praise Break Friday. It's your boy, your host, the one, the only Dr. Dana L. King in the studio with you today, man. I'm excited to be here. We gonna get it in. It feels like we ain't been a minute. It's been a minute. It's been a minute. Y'all ready?
No limit,
Come on.
no boundaries.
Yes. I am your host, the one, the only Dr. Dana L. King in the studio with you tonight, man. I'm excited to be here. We got a great show for you on this evening. 5 uplifting reasons to receive God's grace and mercy. That's our main topic tonight. 5 uplifting reasons to receive God's grace and mercy. The casino opened up here in Chicago. We're going to talk about that. How y'all feel about it? Taste of Chicago in September. How y'all feel about it? Huh? And then the migrants and the immigrants and the housing and all of that good stuff. We're going to take the limits off all that tonight. Y'all ready? Huh? Y'all gonna rock with me? Huh? Y'all gonna bounce with me a little bit? Come on. Come on. Come on. Come on. Right? Come on. Huh? Y'all ready? Can we get it? Come on. Hey! 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 That's what we do. Come on, y'all. Yes. As always, man, I'm excited to be here. Look, let me give you the rundown on how you can be a part of today's show. If you're already listening on the line, just push 1. That'll get you to my producer, the best producer in the land, the one, the only LaTanya Michelle King, taking all of your calls, texts, chats, emails, prayer requests. We do funerals, bar mitzvahs, baby blessings. I was about to say cremations. We ain't doing cremations. Anyway, we do all those things around here. Look, we set you up right. If you're listening via Blog Talk Radio, you can call in to the show. 323-870-4375. 323-870-4375 is your call-in number. One more time, 323-870-4375 is your call-in number. If you want to email the show, you can email the show. It's the TTLO show at ttlomedia.net. That's right, you can email the show. It's the TTLO show at ttlomedia.net. Find us that way. If you want to tweet the show, follow us on X. Follow us on X. You can tweet the show at TTLO Radio. That's right, you can tweet the show at TTLO Radio. 2 T's, 1 L, 1 O. TTLO Radio is where you can tweet the show. If you want to follow us on Instagram, follow us on the gram. Same thing, TTLO Radio, 2 T's, 1 L, 1 O. TTLO Radio is where you can find us on the gram. If you want to follow us on the book, follow us on the Facebook, facebook.com/TTLO Radio, facebook.com/TTLO Radio is where you can find us on the book. If you want to keep up with the live streams, we are live right now. We're live on Facebook, live on Twitch, live on YouTube. We're live everywhere. Yeah, right now. You can catch us right now live everywhere. Come on, comment. Let me know where you're watching, viewing, all those things. Don't forget, too, we're an iHeartRadio partner, which means you can find us in your iHeartRadio app. Just do a simple search for the TTLO Media Group. Do a simple search for the Taking Limits Off Media Group. You can find us there. Yes, and yes. You can find us there. Amen, and amen. Don't forget, too, you can find all of our broadcasts on Spotify, iTunes, anywhere you can download a podcast. You can find us there. Amen. Hey, y'all, it's Friday. It's Friday. Yeah, it is Friday. Everybody excited about it being Friday? I know I am. It feels like Now help me out, Tiny, because you know the way my brain set up. The way my brain set up. Uh, this past Monday was Labor Day, correct?
Yes.
Okay. I promise you, this felt like the longest week ever. I think it felt like I think it's because of Monday. Because Monday Monday I did a lot on Monday.
I mean, I felt like it was a short week.
This week,
Yeah.
I don't know, because I barbecued on Monday.
Yeah, you did. It was good.
It was tasty. It was tasty. Lord have mercy, Lord, it was good. Barbecued on Monday, and then after the barbecue, we was tired to do too tired to do the show, so we sat down.
Hours.
Huh?
It wasn't enough hours.
Right, it wasn't enough. It was just too much going on.
Yeah.
And then of course the week started on Tuesday with our regular Tuesday, schedules and shenanigans. Taco Tuesday, which was not great. Y'all saw it. And then the week just took off. It's a lot. It's a lot. Football season, meetings and all that kind of stuff, and just like on and on and on and on and on. And actually it started Friday, because Friday, all the running around I did on Friday, at school, came here for a funeral, went back to school for practice, and we had a game Friday night, right? Yeah, had a game Friday night. So yeah, football game Friday night. We're 2-0. We ain't been on the air since we've been 2-0. No, we ain't been here. What y'all know about it? Huh? Holler at me tomorrow, 3-0. But what y'all know about it? What y'all know about them Christ the King Gladiators? Huh? What y'all know about the best defense in the conference? Ain't gave up, look, let me talk some bad English. Ain't gave up nothing but 3 points. Huh? What y'all know about it? Y'all better check, recognize, see who we're talking about. I ain't making it up. Anyway, but yeah, it just feels like it had been a long week, and I was kind of glad to see Friday get here. I was glad to see Friday get here. It just felt like it was necessary. I was happy about it, so I'm good with that. Also, but I want to talk about some. I want to talk about some other stuff. I want to talk about some other stuff. So the Taste of Chicago, y'all, in September. Is anybody going? I know I got people listening and watching me that's not in Chicago right now, but is anybody going to the Taste of Chicago in September? Is anybody going to the Taste? I am. And how long is it? Just till Sunday? Can we find out? Yeah. What you doing? Oh God. Taste of Chicago 2023. Yes, ma'am.
You be looking like you don't want to do it. Cheryl Burton, they have an iPad and everything.
All my iPads is trash.
Okay, well, you got 2 sets of computers. You got one you look at and one over to the side and everything. So when I ask you to search it up, you shouldn't have a problem. Cheryl Burton, they don't be having a problem. They read off that iPad sometimes.
That's what you're telling me right now.
I want you to keep your huffing to a minimum. Thank you.
What I heard you say was, shut what they call up and look it up yourself. That's what I thought I heard you say. That's what I heard you say. Friday, September 8th. No, it's just till Sunday. It's till Sunday, so it's 3 days. Did it shrink in days? It already had shrunk once. Now it's shrunk down to 3 days. And I'm assuming we have to move it again next year because the race is back again. Wow. Okay, that's interesting. I was not aware. I mean, I was aware, but okay. So Taste Chicago, 3 days. I just want to know if anybody's going. Does anybody plan on attending the Taste of Chicago this year?
We could go.
The weather is interesting. I mean, when we gonna go? Sunday?
No, we can't go Sunday.
Oh, right. We can't go Sunday. When we gonna go? Tomorrow? Can't go tomorrow.
No, because you trying to sleep in.
Praise the Lord, says, where y'all been? I know. We've been outside. We've been outside. Malia Stewart says she going. Are you? Well, I thought you wasn't in Chicago for some reason.
She said, Felicia said, Taste of Naperville is safer.
Oh, Okay. Ain't y'all have a Rib Fest? The Rib Fest come and go already for Naperville? Out that way? Did y'all already have Rib Fest out there? I don't know, man. I don't know. You know what, though? When I was looking at the news this morning, to be honest with you, I saw there's really nothing at the taste I want to taste.
Because we done ate it all.
Yeah. Like, what is it to...
They can't show us nothing different that we have not even been to.
My cheesecake better than Eli's, so, you know,
You ain't lie.
I ain't trying to hurt nobody feel it, but I'm just trying to tell you. My cheesecake, yes, my homemade cheesecake. Oh, it moved to Wheaton. Okay. My homemade cheesecake is better than Eli. So that ain't doing nothing for me.
There was no lies told.
You know, the cheesecake thing.
Been waiting on one.
I know, baby. We're gonna get you one. We're gonna get it together. So yeah, I'm not interested in that. So if y'all going, Malia, you going, be careful, be safe down the taste. If y'all going, y'all see something good, let me know. You know. I mean, I'm beyond the turkey legs and all that. I don't need that, you know. And telling me that, you know, who is that? Pizzeria Uno and who is it? Gino's East, whatever that they down there. I don't need to go to the taste. I don't know. It's something about the taste years ago was you went to the taste to taste the places of the food of the places you never went to that you probably would never go to.
Right.
But if you are people who frequent outside, it's kind of why are we going to the taste? Like, I really would have to see who's there. Is there a list of the restaurants? Let me see.
You should look it up.
I'm trying. Is there a list of, let me see, menus? Okay, here we go. Taste of Chicago. 2023 Grant Park menu. Let's look and see. Because I'm curious, is there any place on here that I would be interested in sampling their food without going to the restaurant? Felicia said, I refuse to pay $8 for a wing.
No, that's right.
Okay, so food booths. Okay, the African Food Palace. You can get an oxtail plate for $25. Might be interesting. Aaron's Thai restaurant. It was probably Arun's Thai restaurant. Okay. I don't know how I feel about that one. Badao Senegalese cuisine. So food from Senegal. Oh, Senegalese. Is that what probably Senegalese? Help me out. I'm not sure. They got jerk combo with jollof rice, cabbage, plantains. That sounds interesting. Bonado. That's like a strawberry banana bar and all that kind of stuff. Billy Goat's Tavern. Haven't we been there?
We have been there.
Okay, we've been to Billy Goat's Tavern. Then we got BJ's Market and Bakery.
I haven't been there in a long time.
Mustard fried cat. Where is that? That sounds familiar.
It's on the south side.
Oh, okay. Felicia, don't buy into the Italian fiesta hype. Please don't. Don't buy into it. Chicago Eats Marketplace. What about that?
We have not.
Chicago, the Gym Shoe. They got a sandwich called the Gym Shoe Sandwich. They got chicken fajita nachos. Ooh, they got Italian beef egg rolls. Interesting. What about the Chicago Dog House?
Hot dogs.
This says Chance the Snapper alligator sausage.
I mean,
so it must be some kind of hot dog. It's hot dog.
It's from the people of hot dogs. Remember hot dogs?
You know what?
What you do?
Just she ain't been on here 5 minutes.
Debate.
No. After the debate.
Ain't that some brave? Yeah, those. Yeah. She ain't lie.
Oh God, the Churro Factory. Not interested. You might like that one.
Oh, Jaden likes churros.
Does he really?
Like every time we're in Sam's Club,
I knew the boy had some black skin in him.
that man stops and gets a churro. I'm like,
I knew he did.
What is the
Hey
thing?
sis, what's up, Perel? What's this place? The Classic Cobbler Baked Goods Company. Oh, you probably would like that one too, Tiny. That's up here. That's the desserts. Connie's Pizza. Why? Sorry.
You should have had enough of that.
Cumin Club Indian Kitchen. The Cumin Club. Well, Cumin Club Indian Kitchen. Say that real fast. Cumin Club Indian Kitchen. They're going to be there. Doom Street Eats. Chicken and waffle dog with mac and cheese. maple bacon donut grilled cheese. What in the whole? Help me, Holy Ghost. All right. Oh, here we go, Tanya. Esperanza. Need to find out where they at. Tacos de barbacoa, shredded beef.
Searching it up now.
Okay. Esperanza. We gonna go there. Felicia, if I'm gonna pay for food, I wants to eat. I ain't paying Chicago for snacks. Pereira, you going to the Taste? You coming all the way out from 377 and 31st? Oh God. Yeah, I wonder do they have do they meet our requirements? Is the question.
I'm looking right now.
Fanny's Cafe, combination beef and sausage sandwich. They don't sound bad. Gabby's funnel cakes. What about them? Been there?
I could make us a funnel cake.
Okay. Then they got Healthy Substance. What is that?
Sound like it's healthy.
3 taco combo. I'm good. JJ's Thai Street Food. Josephine Southern Cooking. Now, how Josephine Southern?
Wait. Didn't we go there already? Is that the place we went to?
Stop playing. That better not be that place.
It better not.
You lying to me. The devil is a lie. I know this ain't. Hold on, Jesus. We must
search it up.
We must do some searching. Because this cannot be. Hold on, Lord have mercy. This cannot be.
Yeah.
Stop playing.
Yes, it is.
No way.
We straight.
First of all, let me tell you this. Wait. No. I don't care. No. Let me read this menu they got for the Taste. Okay. You ready for this?
We's ready.
They supposedly have super loaded elote nachos.
They got ghetto meals.
Large elote corn of world tour, jerk, barbecue, or traditional.
This ain't nothing that I see.
Loaded elote nachos. Is this the right menu?
Is this the same place? Spell it.
It's the same place.
We straight.
Elote corn.
They have that for the Taste, right?
Because that ain't what they.
That's not what we.
That ain't what they gave us. That ain't what they gave us. I'm so interested. Okay, let me get through the rest of these. It's a lot of restaurants down here.
Okay, keep going. You read slow.
LC Faux Restaurant. Lou Malnati's, no thank you. Faux food.
L who?
LC. It says LC.
Oh, okay.
LC Faux Restaurant. That's what it says. Lou Malnati's Pizzeria. Mr. E's Chef Catering. They got rib tip combos. You can get a taste of rib tips for $4. A taste of fries with sauce for $5. The fries cost more than the rib tips. Help us, Jesus. Pies of London. Pork chop. I thought they went out of business.
I did too, cause it's not one by the Roosevelt Collection anymore. Oh, I think it's still one over there over here in Hyde Park.
Oh, they got brisket nachos.
We straight. We got Dickers.
Amen. Prime tacos.
You seen Prime Tacos
at the festival?
Yes, and they're good, but they ain't got no drinks, and they have a truck, and so.
All right.
Yeah.
Oh Lord, I don't even know why. Who still eats Robinson's ribs?
Who keeping them busy?
Who? Right. Let me ask the black folks a question. Which one of y'all keeping Robinson's open? Robinson's. They got still Robinson's #1 ribs. Y'all ain't been #1 ribs in a long time. Who keeping Robinson's open? The same people that's keeping Long John Silver open.
Baby.
Huh?
Baby, I need you to look.
What?
At these comments and just.
Wait, hold on. We had somebody asked about some gospel music. Hold on, how I missed that?
But then
go back up.
I mean, you just read.
Okay.
Read.
How far you want me to go back up? Perel, hey y'all. Okay, I need taste. Perel said I need taste prices. She said too many people don't get enough food. All right, where is Mark Official 23? Hello, sir. He says, hello, peace of the Lord. I'm Mark. Is that Paulo? And I like gospel music. I'm not from the USA, but from Brazil. But I've always had contact with this music. Among the singers I like and choirs are Kirk Franklin, Marvin Sapp, John P. Key, and others. Well, bless your ministry, Mark. Amen. From Brazil. I like that, man. You in Brazil now? Listen to us. Come through, Brazil. Rio de Janeiro. Huh? What?
you act like you need a gold star for that.
My shoulder started shimmying when I said Rio de Janeiro. All right. I say, what is it? Olote. Elote. I didn't say olote.
Oh, I was like, I'm like, hold please.
Felicia said the way they keep shoving these immigrants in, it's going to be the taste of Mexico in a minute. I'm done with you. And Brown's chicken. What?
They do show up.
Who?
Brown's chicken.
For what?
The Taste of Chicago.
For why?
Home Run In used to show
Pause.
up.
Home Run In, but that was different. Pause for a moment, however, how the ever, comma. When Home Run In was showing up at the Taste, it was what, 2 locations? 1?
And now you got more locations.
Now you got more Home Run Ins than ever.
What's that? Pisano's. Like, because Pisano's and Home Run In are like neck and neck.
Oh, are they? Right. But, okay, serious question, though. Y'all didn't answer my question. Who is keeping, so Paralysis saying who's keeping Brown's chicken alive? Because I want to know who's keeping Robinson's alive. At least Brown's chicken got some mushrooms.
No, Brown's chicken got some gizzards.
Brown's chicken got them mushrooms.
And yes.
The mushrooms
okra.
got the Holy Ghost.
And the pepper is fat. Like, now, who keeping churches in business?
Well, you know who keeping churches in business.
They're undercooked chicken.
First of all, is it chicken?
First of all, now I'm really starting to believe somebody cloned Tyrone, because that's some ghetto-ness.
Lisa said Brown's chicken is title loans.
Who? It's a title loan. Who said that?
You know who said
Felicia.
it. You know who said it. Oh, God. Who's keeping Brown? Who's keeping Rob? Okay.
She ain't lie, because that's what they do turn them into. She ain't lie.
Get your title loan.
She ain't lie. She did not lie. That you do. You be like, wasn't that? It's a title loan place. Yep. She ain't lie.
Okay, Audrey says, Audrey trying to bring some common sense, trying to get us back on track. Audrey says there are tourists who go to the Taste who never experience these restaurants. And Audrey, guess what? They probably will never eat them again.
The only restaurant that I experienced at the Taste and then ended up going to their restaurant was the Polo Inn, because, they had fried green tomatoes and, you've been there. I've taken you there.
Yes, you have. I am, again, so confused about this menu from Josephine's Southern.
Trying to make their money back.
I'm trying to understand how Josephine's is this menu from Josephine's. I got to keep moving.
Oh, baby.
Huh?
Got a question.
What's your question? Uh-oh. Tanya
Yeah.
has a question. Here we go.
So,
Yes.
there are only 2 soul food restaurants in this world, and they are.
Oh, God. I already know where this is finna go. If you say
Yeah.
something that start with a,
They are MacArthur's and Josephine's. Where you going? Where you eating at? Are you dying?
what's my choices again?
MacArthur's.
On Madison, West Side.
West Side. Yay.
Yeah.
And
Low end. Go ahead.
And Josephine's.
South Side.
So sorry.
79th Street.
Yes. Or dying.
Or am I just going to go ahead and...
Can I cash in that policy?
You ready for
I'm
my
ready.
answer?
I'm ready.
Soon and very soon,
Hey.
we are going to see the king. Soon and very soon, I'm is going to see the king. I'm is. Not I am. I'm good. As my great grandmama used to sing, I got my ticket and I got my home.
Okay, but choose one. Don't choose that.
I think your mic went out. I haven't been to MacArthur's since, when did they open? I don't even remember when MacArthur's opened. That was the last time I was at MacArthur's. But most recently, I've been to that Josephine's Southern Cooking. And I can tell you right now,
In the words of Offset, we straighter than straight.
man, let me tell you right now, I would go. What's a restaurant I would go to? I would go. I'm trying to name another restaurant that I said I would not go to, that I would go to before I went to either one of those. I ain't never really had Priscilla's, to be honest with you. No, I know too many people that rave about it, but I'm not. Did you? You know, that was Reverend Ray's favorite place. Well, you know, he was, bless his ministry. Right, his mama could make some oxtails, bless her heart. Whoa, Jesus. She the one got me hooked now? Glory to God. Ain't nothing like a good oxtail. All right. No, so I ain't eating, baby. I'm dying. I'm just gonna let you know.
Okay.
Yeah. Yeah. If you take me to the hospital and they say our food is being it ain't Aramark or whatever, that they get their food from Josephine, just go and tell them, go on, stop wasting insurance money. And go on, pull that young plug. Just tell them to pull the plug. I ain't eating that. I ain't eating that. I don't care. Look, Jesus himself would have to feed it to me.
Do it too.
And bless it. I'd have to see him put his hand on it. The hand with the holes in it from the nails and the cross. To me to eat that nasty food from Joseph. I take my chances with MacArthur's. Even though Felicia said they didn't have too many red letters on the door.
They ain't had too many. Like, you know,
Josephine need a red letter.
Felicia ain't been to the city in like umpteen years.
Josephine need a pink letter on the door. Bring your Pepto with you. Blue and white letter. X-Lax might be needed. All right. Who else coming to the taste? Sappori's, Trattoria, Soul Taco. Did we go to Soul Taco?
Yes, we have.
Soul Taco was good.
You like Soul Taco?
Soul Taco was tasty. Yeah, okay. Your other restaurant, Tecolotin.
Tecolotin?
Yeah. Tacolotin. Eolia. Eolia. Just don't spell like this. Just don't spell.
This ain't
no. This is TACOLT. I'm sorry. This is TACO.
Oh, that's another Mexican restaurant, and I don't believe they have drinks or they close too early.
This is the name of the place that the Namor came from in the Wakanda movie, Tacolotan.
Yeah.
Tacolat.
Yeah, we have not been to that.
Taco Land. Tactolin.
Okay, go on and read the next one.
Tandoor Char House. Nan. What's Nan?
It's like Nando's, and you don't like Nando's.
So Nan is Naan is what's that, chicken?
It's chicken.
I don't want that.
I know you don't. Come on,
no, I'm
keep
good.
reading. Next.
Eli cheesecake, overrated. The original rainbow cone, we have yet to go. The sole ingredient. Oh, now this sounds good. The sole ingredient catering, Cajun shrimp po' boy, grilled lamb chops, jerk taco. That sounds good. A place called Yum Dum. Yum Dum. It's just called Yum Dum. That's all they got.
They ask you to. Okay, go
Yum
ahead.
Dum Dum Dum. And then they got some food trucks. Caesar's Saber Real. It's a food truck, Mexican food. Cynthia's Gumbo Express food truck. Where's that at? Decadent Flavor. That's a desserts. Delicia Tacos. And then Delicia Ice Cream and Mexican Snacks.
No Mexican snacks be hidden.
El Azteca. Another, I've seen that food truck. I think we've seen that one somewhere. Frio's Gourmet Pops. I don't know. Frio's Gourmet Pops.
Okay.
Yeah. Then there's a funnel cake food truck. Hare's Gulf Shrimp. Fried shrimp bag. You get 8 butterfly shrimp for $12. And then Harold's Chicken.
Harold's always going to stay in the middle.
Number 62. Like I know which one that is. Harold's number 62. Oh, wait. And Harold's number 55. What's the difference?
Ownership.
Somebody tell me what's the difference between Harold's 62 and Harold's 55. I bet you the people that live over there tell you.
Ownership.
Angela say, where can I go to get the dipping taco? You mean the queso bria?
Yeah, Bria Tacos.
The Bria Tacos. It's a couple of places.
Yeah.
I just named one. Azteca. El Azteca. That's a food truck. Harold Chicken 55. Or what's La Guerrita Mexican Snack? That's all these are still food trucks. Mr. Tittle's Cupcake. No, Miss Tittle's Cupcake. glad I read that right.
Hey, speaking of, did
What?
you eat that banana pudding?
Some of my mamas.
No, you had a banana pudding too.
No, why would I eat a banana pudding cupcake? And I
No,
don't even
remember
eat
you
banana.
had a banana pudding cup
From who?
from Molly's Cupcakes.
Who was it for?
You just bought it.
No, that was hers.
You said I could have it.
But did you eat it?
No.
This might be still in the refrigerator then.
I love how we just handed it off because I'm hungry.
I don't know. I don't eat banana pudding, so no. Soul and Smoke. That sounds familiar. Soul and Smoke, Tasty Chicago. So that's it. But if y'all going to the Taste, man, be safe. Peral says, Angela, try 2 fish on 47th in Bronzeville. Black owned and delicious. They're a little slow, but yeah.
Now, somebody has just messaged me. The question is, I
What?
would like to ask them,
What's the question?
do you have drinks? That's all I need. That's all we need.
Who messaged you?
Some-
A restaurant?
No, somebody just messaged me and said they make Bria tacos, and I just want to know. if
Oh,
they
somebody
have-
you know?
Yeah, somebody we both know.
Oh, they make beverages?
I want to know if they make.
Or does it bring your own?
Because we can shake our own.
Right, we can say, we can have shaker, we'll travel.
We do have a shaker, though.
And we will travel.
And we do bring our own.
We do. We don't come empty handed. Huh?
We make margaritas.
Huh?
If you like pina colada, getting cold. And okay, I'm sorry.
All right. So if y'all going to the Taste, seriously, be safe. Be safe. Be safe. I know it is, Peral. I know it is. But y'all be safe. Y'all go to the Taste. All right, I'm gonna move on real quick because we started late because getting from everywhere is hard. All right. Oh, let me mute that. All right. So let me get to what else we got. Hold on. I lost my page. There we go. All right. We have all right. Who going to the casino? Bally's. What's that? Oh, who sent you? I'm trying to do. I'm easily distracted.
I know you are. That's why I like it. I kind of can use it for my own good.
I see. Let me tell y'all. Who going to the casino? The brand new Bally's is open for a test try to take y'all money. The Bally's Casino here in Chicago, 600 North Wabash. Welcome to Chicago's newest casino. Let me see what it's got here. Bally's newest casino. 34,000 square feet of gaming, 800 state-of-the-art slot machines, and 56 live action table games, including the Asian style offerings. So if y'all like some Asian gambling, I just don't know what kind of food they got because we like to know. Here we go. Dining and drinks. This is what we want to know.
Ain't nobody buffet gonna ever be fine as the Horseshoe.
I ain't never been to the Horseshoe Buffet.
Oh well, my family, we used to partake in that in birthdays.
Oh, really?
Yes.
Well, let me see. Kitchen 888 is a modern high energy restaurant and noodle bar. So that's like a noodle joint. That looks good though. The Medina Bistro. Relaxed atmosphere complements the diverse menu, classic comfort food, and blah, 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 blah. Wabash Cafe. Okay, I'm not really. Ooh. Now, the Center Bar and the Bistro Bar might have my attention. The Center Bar and the Bistro Bar. They're inside the casino. The last names is Bar. What more do you need to First name Center, middle name Bistro. Which one you need? What's up with the CPU president sending her children to a private school? We can talk about that in a minute. Hold that thought. I forgot about that. Angela said, I don't want 2 fish for nothing. Cajun Boil and Bar is the only place for crab legs with Crab Cellar. I want to try that. I thought Crab Cellar was closed. I went twice. Amazing. What's Crab Cellar?
So it's
Help me out, Tanya.
Yeah, okay. So it's right next door to Pasta Palazzo. So
I love pasta palazzo.
so in the
You
basement,
should go.
in the
Go ahead.
basement is unlimited crab legs and burgers. You have to put your deposit down, to go down into the cellar. We went to the restaurant one time. We just didn't go. No, I didn't go with you.
Is that the
My
plan?
bad. Long time ago, baby. No, there we go. Let it ride. If it
I
don't
like Low
ride-
Country too, Felicia. That's if I'm gonna go, because I don't know about these other people. I'm gonna go down to the Low Country.
No. Now crab salad been around a long time. It is like the
See my face?
It's the speakeasy of crab, crab legs and burgers. It's unlimited crab legs and hamburgers
Okay.
and everything. But you do have to put a deposit down to reserve your seat.
Tanya, what you know about that Incredible Hulk down at the Low Country?
The Incredible Hulk down at the Low Country. Oh, that's good. who over here trying to give me like quizzes and stuff?
That was me. I just remembered it.
Oh, okay. I'm like, wait,
Right.
what's going on? Like
That
wait.
Incredible Hulk down at the Low Country.
But babe, you gotta tell them about the Boulevard and their rum punch.
Tanya know all about the restaurants before they hit the streets.
Who? Okay, so who am I talking about real fast?
That's Felicia. Sound like she's trying to call you Baby D. Tanya know all about the 2027 snacks.
I love a good restaurant and good service, and I love a good vibe.
Tanya, what's coming in
Everyone-
2028?
Why y'all playing?
Right.
I love like my new thing is finding good speakeasies to just like chill and vibe.
The
and drink.
Boulevard was the truth. Y'all need to go see the Boulevard. The Boulevard, I was pleasantly surprised and pleased
Yeah, it's a vibe.
with the Boulevard. The Boulevard has a whole vibe. West Loop, Lake Street, check it out. I'm telling you. The Boulevard, from the outside in, don't look like Nathan from the outside. But up on the inside, it's something else going on in there. Y'all need to go on and holler at the Boulevard real quick. It was good eating.
Especially on Sundays. Cocktails are half off.
Right, they have a happy hour down on Sundays.
What's
What's the speakeasy?
So speakeasy is
It's a little bit more it's a little more uppity than a juke joint.
yeah, but it's chill.
It's an upper class juke joint. Ray's Boom Boom Room. That's a speakeasy.
Yeah.
Ray's Boom Boom Room. You never been to the Boom Boom Room?
If you like go to Pops for Champagne, they have a speakeasy.
I cannot. Oh God. All right. So yeah, if anybody going to the casino, let's call and see if we can host a TTLO night at the casino.
Now see, this is what I take down this show
See?
from two platforms. You're going too far. Come on back.
We just going to eat. We just going to eat. I ain't gonna accidentally drop a coin in the slot machine on the way past. But if I accidentally drop one in there and I hit the jackpot, and my face said, "Well, you gonna try and tell me that the church gonna be like, hey, we don't want your tithe."
You got to give your 10.
You don't think they gonna want it? Because it came from the slot machine. Let me stop. Oh God. What they got in the basement to speakeasy? No.
No.
You know what? I'm done. I cannot. I can't. All right. What else we got? All right, y'all. So let me get to Felicia's comment. Pop Felicia's comment up on the screen, please, so I can see.
Give me 2 seconds.
All right.
All right.
Felicia wanted to know what's up with the CPU president sending her children to a private school. Something about her I just don't like. All right. So this is what I find interesting. So at first, I thought about this from a standpoint of I work with teachers. I've worked with teachers for now the last 6 years. Kind of, yeah, 6 years or so. I've worked with teachers. And I noticed that a lot of the teachers that I worked with, they had children who were either at the elementary school age when I was there, or they were at the high school age. They did not attend the schools that their parents taught at. Some of them did. A lot did not. So I guess my retort would be, if it's my kid, I would want to send my kid, if I could, if I had the resources to send my kid to the best possible school for him or her to get the best possible education. Now, I know what that looks like and sounds like, because you the CTU president. You over all of the teachers in the Chicagoland area. You can't send your kids to one of them schools where your union at? That's a valid question. It is a very valid question. I don't know. Let me think a little bit further on it. But Tanya, I know you have an opinion. Here comes Tanya. Here comes.
Okay.
Here comes. Oh, go.
Forget you. So I've known, we know of one person whose kids go to the school she works at.
Yes.
And everything. So let's think about it in a kid perspective and everything else like that. Should a kid go to the school of where their parent worked? Like, because, you get that, it's like being a preacher's kid. I don't care if your mama do work here. I don't care if your daddy do work here and everything else like that. So, and, she said she wanted to provide her son. She said her son wanted to play soccer. Now, I don't know of all the quality Chicago public schools. Is there a good soccer team out here and everything else like that? But this is this child's high school life. Like, he's setting himself up for college and everything. So he doesn't have to. When you hire her, the only requirement is that she needs to live in Chicago to head up Chicago public schools. It did not say in the stipulation of the contract, like, that her kids must attend a Chicago public high school and everything else like that. She's put it upon herself to find her son a school that has soccer, or a quality soccer team, so he can live his dream and everything else like that. So I don't find anything. What I find upsetting is the person who put it out there as if it's a big, to do, who was upset with her to say, oh, your son goes to a private school. She's paying the money for it. That's her money.
So let me go ahead.
So, but just think about it. That's a kid. He should not have to go to a school. He's going to a Catholic school that is in Chicago. It's not a suburban. It's a Catholic school in Chicago and everything else like that. He should not be held. This is like how we get into this, how we hold pastors and the pastor's wife in different regards. Like, he got the calling. She was there for the calling to be his wife. Like, nothing more and nothing less.
Right.
And if anything else happens, like, if she should bring in some, as we like to say, since we talk about restaurants, if she like to bring in some sass to it, that's great. But you can't be mad at her for wanting to put her kid in a school where he said he wanted to go. That's just like when my daughter said, she said, couldn't I see her eating lunch on the lawn of Ignatius and everything? Okay, well, I'm finna make it happen. We poor, but we finna make it happen.
Really?
So, like, yeah, I that's just my take on it.
So, okay. Let me read Felicia's comment. Felicia says, but Tanya, she was quoted as saying she would send them to public school.
But he's a high schooler making.
Does she have other kids?
Yeah, she got. I think she has a daughter.
So the other ones are in public school, I'm assuming.
Yes,
okay.
They are in public school.
So let me read.
This man this is a boy that'll be a college student.
And he's freshman.
Yeah. So he, sooner or later will be in college.
Right.
And everything. She could have said that, and I know she is the parent and everything else like that. But when it comes to education. This kid said, I want to go here.
So let me read. This is from WBEZ News in Chicago, News Radio, Chicago. So it says the head of Chicago. So if you just tuned in, we're just talking about this now. We're just talking about the stuff that's going on in the city. The head of Chicago Teachers Union is facing a backlash for sending her eldest child to a private high school. A decision she says represents a stark statement about disinvestment in public schools and drives home why the fight to fully fund neighborhood schools is so important. An online news site run by a former CTU employee that has been critical of the union's leadership revealed on Saturday that CTU President Stacey Davis Gates is sending her freshman son to a Catholic school on the South Side. National and local right-wing and pro-school choice groups have picked up on the story. Here's the main criticism. Davis Gates and the CTU strongly oppose school choice. They oppose you having a choice on whether or not to send your child to a public school or a charter school. They don't like the fact that you can choose to send your child to a free charter school versus a free public regular CPS run school. So, in an interview with WBEZ, Davis Gates says she is critical of school choice initiatives that siphon money from public schools, saying they are partly to blame for the lack of resources available to neighborhood schools. This is her quote. She defended her decision to send her son to private school, saying it was the result of unfair choices she and other South and West Side parents face. She says it was a very difficult decision for us because there's not a lot to offer black youth who are entering high school in Chicago. Davis Gates said, in many of our schools on the South and West Side, the course offerings are very marginal and limited. Then the other thing, and it was a very strong priority, was his ability to participate in co-curricular and extracurricular activities, which quite frankly don't exist in many of the schools, high schools in particular. Davis Gates, I'm just reading her comment.
Okay.
Davis Gates is also denouncing the news outlet's decision to reveal her son's high school choice along with his picture and name. I get that part. They shouldn't have did that.
I never did find out what the high school he's. I
guess it was on the
South Side.
on the web. It was on the website that released it. Let me say this because
I say this.
Go ahead.
She did say at one point, and it's like when parents have to advocate for their kids, they'll tell you some things without telling you without putting their business out there. She said something about the social emotional value. So obviously there is something there with her son, and with her son that he needs a little bit more help. And so I'm gonna say this. I say this when it was the choice of Walter Payton and St. Ignatius.
Oh yeah.
Everybody said, which was still her choice about where she was going to go. But they literally said, for your child's mindset and everything, they was like, choose St. Ignatius because she's going to get the social and emotional support that because at high school, that is a bunch of hormones, a bunch of brain activity going on and everything. And people literally said Walter Payton was not equipped to handle that.
Okay, so let me continue with her comments. Monica Dunn Bonner, she says, I understand what you're saying, but the controversy was related to all of her previous comments. Let me read some more of her comments. This is what she said. My neighborhood school doesn't offer a newspaper. It doesn't offer web design. It doesn't offer a student council. It doesn't offer resources, sports opportunities. It just doesn't do that, she said. Disinvestment and disparities have long been a problem in CPS, but Davis Gates says that they've exacerbated in recent years. All but one majority black neighborhood high school on the South Side has seen enrollment drop precipitously over the past decade. The school district tied funding tightly to enrollment during this time, which led to declining budgets in schools. Many had to limit class variety and to do away with activities. Here's what you said earlier. Another big consideration, her son plays soccer and the South Side schools with good programs are in Latino neighborhoods far from her home. So, let me say this from a sports perspective. Her comments are coming back to bite her in the butt. Some of them, yes, they are. But if I have a kid who is great at a sport and takes it very seriously and puts in the work for said sport, and if I have spent money on the side for said kid to continue to do well in said sport, then I'm going to put him or her in a school where he or she can play well in that sport. Now, sending him to like she said, a Latino school that's far away from her house and where she got to be, that's not an option. Then it says, she says she looked into selective enrollments at magnet high schools, which tend to have healthy enrollments and fundraising that allows them to offer more complete programs, but that will require her son to spend hours traveling. Okay. She says she even considered sending her son to live with her brother in a different state, so he could have a high school experience like what she and her husband had experienced outside Chicago that she says catapulted them into higher education. Wow. I'm going to say it like this. This kid is, because I'm a coach, so you can go on Max Prep. Then is she one of the people who should be advocating that the schools offer more in the community? She's saying that public schools don't have the stuff in it. She's blaming charter and choice on the reason that public schools don't have money, which is a bunch of crap. Because CPS taxes the charter schools.
Yeah, they tax the charter schools. Big time. And then they have capped charter schools. So no more charter schools will ever open because there's a cap now on charter schools. There
you go.
Right. CPS is the pimp, and charter schools are the little minions, because like literally, because if you are in a CPS school, but you're a charter school, you pay them rent.
Yeah, we know this fact. We know this for facts.
It's amazing,
and some of them are slumlords,
and very. And then the charter kids don't get the same amount of money as the public school kids. They receive less funding.
Facts. No lies told.
And charter schools and public schools, everybody's fighting for attendance and everything else like that. But at the end of the day, what happened is
I scratched my back with a microphone.
Huh?
I was scratching my back with this microphone.
Oh, at the end of the day, the black community, what the black community has done is we're not out here having teen pregnancy anymore. So all these schools that are out here are abandoned, are now being turned into social service agencies and everything else like that. It's like, no one has enough kids in their building. If you look around at every bus or every billboard, you will see a charter school vying for students. You'll see a public school vying for kids and everything else like that. Because we are not, we don't do what, we're not out here like we used to be back in the 80s with all the teen pregnancy. Like, people have found out kids are expensive.
Are they?
That's what happened. It wasn't that charter schools were taking away from from CPS and everything. So you can't afford. People are getting charter. Private school education through charter schools. I had more friends that came from Providence St. Mel have their kids in charter schools than to send their kid to Providence St. Mel. Number one, because the tuition was way too high, but at the same time, they saw the quality in charter schools.
Yeah. Patricia, what's going on, Pat? She says the system has long been broken for a long time, even before the advent of charter schools. She can send her boy wherever she feels is best for him. I agree with that part. I think any parent, at the end of the day, should send your kids anywhere. The problem with her is when you've been on the record talking about your kids should be able to go to schools in their neighborhood, and then you send yours somewhere else. It's part of that. Why teachers are quitting? Oh, I can tell you that. I can tell you that. Let me know. I got a couple options. Let me say this real quick, and then we're gonna move to because I want to talk about the migrant situation. I think a lot of teachers after the pandemic and sitting at home for almost 2 years, or let's just say two school years. I think some of them thought about, is this really worth it? I know CPS is short. Yes.
Sorry. I told you, like when I was in class, it was a lady from Chicago Public Schools. She pivoted. She was like, she wants to be a dispatcher.
Yeah. Because Chicago Public Schools. Now I'm saying this, mind you, I worked at a charter school, and now I teach at a private high school. So I can tell you based off of my experience is that from a resources standpoint, you see things differently. Now, let me say this. Some teachers should have retired a long time ago. I ain't talking about them, and I'm sure that's not your question, Audrey. Not the ones that should have retired a long time ago. But I think some teachers are quitting because they're frustrated, because they don't have the resources. And I believe this to be true. They don't have the resources. There's a teacher shortage, not just in Chicago. I believe there's a teacher shortage nationally. Those two, in Texas. Well, yeah. I think there's a teacher shortage for one, because they don't have the resources, and then they don't have the parental buy-in. It is difficult to teach children when you don't have the support behind them helping you so that they're prepared when they get to the classroom. And a lot of people probably, and I wouldn't be surprised if it's the younger teachers who are quitting, who've only got 3 or 4 years in and saying, you know what? I got a degree. I'm going to do something else. because they don't want to go through the red tape. If we're going to talk about Chicago Teachers Union or Chicago CPS, Chicago Teachers Union is messy as hell. Let's just be honest. That whole situation is just messy. And let me go on the record right now. I guarantee you, y'all come back now. You know, as people say stuff online and it don't age well, because you have to come back and eat crow. Let me go on the record right now and say this. I guarantee you there will be no talk of a teacher strike in these next 4 years. I guarantee you teachers' contract conversations will not come up in a negative way in these current 4 years. Y'all already know why. Now, Miss Audrey says, I know some teachers feel the students have all the power and teachers don't have any authority. I also know some. Well, that is true. That is true. Come on, Miss Bonner. That is true. Because the kids do have all the authority. A lot of teachers, and I know this from charter school experience, you don't have any control over your curriculum. They give you somebody else's curriculum to follow. And I believe part of why kids are not learning on the level they should is because teachers' creativity has been squashed. They have taken away the creativity on how you connect to students because you're stuck doing some curriculum that somebody somewhere has said, well, this works for these kids over here. Well, those kids over here don't learn like these kids over here. Well, this is the formula, and this is what they said works in this area, in this area, and in Europe they're doing this. This ain't Europe. So you've taken away all the creativity from the people who have to teach, and now you want me to teach like a robot. Let me tell you how difficult that is. So when I got to Christ the King, I have a few different so I was teaching, I was a college prep instructor, but then I was also the consumer economics instructor. I did not create the syllabus or the curriculum for consumer economics last year. And because I was kind of thrown into that part of the job, in order for me to be somewhat successful, I just went along with what was already created from the previous term. Some of it should have been deleted and erased, excommunicated, disintegrated, burned eons ago. But I needed to have materials, and it was too late in the year to come up with it, right? Fast forward to this year. College prep, brand new curriculum. Consumer economics, brand new curriculum. I partnered with the rest of the college counselors to create the college prep curriculum. I completely rewrote the syllabus for the consumer economics curriculum. I'm the only person that teaches it. So I have to work so I can do what I want to do. I have that freedom where I work at. I also teach an 8th period elective on entrepreneurship. All that's mine too, because I'm the only person teaching it. So I have the freedom to teach creatively. I can switch on a dime. If something ain't working, or if I see it's not connecting, guess what? Boom, to garbage, go next. I'm not stuck to some non-connecting, traditional, don't quite work. I feel like I'm in somebody's church. Don't quite work method and keep doing it because we've been doing it all our lives. Kids don't learn the same way. You sitting behind your desk reading or turning on a video, good God, is not teaching. I am all over the place in my classroom. I have a huge podium slash lectern at the very front of my classroom. But then I will sit I will put my stuff on the center desk and sit in the very middle of the classroom on top of the desk and just rotate around like I am in this chair and just be talking and teaching from here or over there. And I'm not saying I'm the best teacher ever. I ain't gonna never say that. However, my students are all engaged in my classroom. And I think a lot of teachers are frustrated because they know they could do a better job if they had the freedom to do so. They know they could do a better job if they had the support of the administration. And most of them don't. Because a lot of administrators either forgot what it was like to be a teacher, or they thought when they became an administrator they was going to do something different, and they just fell right into the game. Because now they got an extra zero on that check, and they ain't been trying to mess up their money, trying to flip the game back to a way that actually works. Felicia, I'm assuming you say, and the pay isn't enough. Now I'm on, yeah. Felicia also said, my friend quit because she refused to call kids by pronouns. Now, let me tell y'all something real quick, and then I'm going to move on this one. That's one of the things I really love about my current school. There is no pronoun agendas. Bless you. There are no pronoun agendas. Ain't nobody telling me I got to put pronouns on my email signature. Now, you free to be who you are. Absolutely. But they ain't finna have no meeting telling me I got to agree with who you are. We ain't having a whole week of PD telling me I need to recognize your identity and call you a them and a they when you one person. You cannot be a pronoun. Let's move on. All right. What time is it? Let's talk about these immigrants. Is it migrants or immigrants? Which one? What is it? What are we calling it? Is it migrants? Because they're migrating here? Okay. So you all know that it started last year. The title seems to be different from the current roof of discussion. What's going on here? Hello, Shia Mo or Shia Mo. Yeah, we're still doing our current what is it called? I don't want to call it hot topics, but current conversation. We haven't gotten to the main topic because our current conversation took us a little over. If you look in the description of it, we were talking about the teacher thing came up because somebody brought it up, but we've been talking about just to give you a little update. We're talking about the casino that opened. We talked about Taste of Chicago here in Chicago. And now we're about to talk about the migrant housing situation here in Chicago for a brief moment. We'll see how that goes, and then we'll see what happens after that. But yes, I know that we normally hit our main topic, our five. Today will be 5 uplifting reasons to receive God's grace and mercy. That's great. You a teacher here in Chicago or somewhere else? Where are you at? But again, so you know they started dropping off when these migrants crossed the border. These conservative states decided that they were in a different state. Okay, bless you. They decided they were not going to have them in their states. So they sent them to what they called, what is it? I know not just liberal states, but there was another terminology that was used. Can I think of it right now? But where they would be more welcomed. So busloads of immigrants / migrants were shipped and bussed from Texas to New York, to Chicago, to California. I'm trying to think of a couple other places. They were shipped there by the busloads. So we're talking 50 and 60 migrants per bus, sometimes 100, depending on how big. How many people hold a Greyhound hold? I don't even know. Huh? About 50. So they were getting dropped off by the busloads. We just had another busload drop them off when? Sunday night? Whatever it was, Monday night. 2 more buses came. And these people don't have a place to go. Our homeless shelters in Chicago, if we, sanctuary cities, thank you. Our homeless shelters in Chicago were full before they started showing up, before the busload started showing up. So now in Chicago, I don't know what they're doing in the other states, but in cities, but in Chicago, the migrants are all living outside of police departments. Some have made camps in city parks and other places. I told you I was shocked to hear that they were in Oak Park. I'm still trying to wrap my mind around that. Outside the city hall, in the village hall. I had 3 teachers tell me that. I'm like, what? Like, you for real? Wow. Shiamo or Shiamo, if I'm pronouncing your name wrong, said they've been trying to make me a robot for a decade. Suffice to say, I'm like, Peter, I get out the boat. I can't fake God, and the Holy Bible did not make me a robot. I know that's right. So these migrants are now all over the place. And they've been struggling trying to find shelters for these people. Now, all of a sudden, here in Chicago, Mr. Brandon Johnson, the mayor of the city of Chicago, his new plan is to create something called base camps, where they're going to get military-style tents. Military-style tents that have, so a military-style tent comes with HVAC, heat and AC. And it gives them a place to be able to cook. Here is my main conversation. Where these military tents, where are they supposed to go? Where are these military tents? Or where was the thought of these military tents for the people who have been out buying their own tents, where churches have donated tents? Tent City. Now we finna build a whole tent. Let me get this for y'all. Matter of fact, let me do this. Yeah. That's literally what it's about to be. Let me get this. If I can find, okay, here we go. Yep. All right. Come on, ABC7, work with me. All right. So here is the wonderful mayor of the city of Chicago, Brandon Johnson. And then we'll talk about this. Here we go. Sound would be nice.
Arrived yesterday with the growing conflict and concern about migrants sleeping on police station floors. Mayor Johnson shared a timeline to ease overcrowding at police stations, which includes the possibility of using giant tents.
The work of city government on the migrant crisis has lacked clarity for some. Today, Mayor Brandon Johnson spoke with us about his plan to get all new arrivals off the floors of police stations in the next month.
We're moving with expediency because the weather is going to be shifting very soon. And so before inclement weather sets in, we fully expect to have these base camps established.
He points to efforts to buy or repurpose multiple facilities before the end of the year to address the ongoing need to shelter new arrivals.
We've had more buses show up in the last 15 weeks than all of last year combined. I don't know if we should continue to look at this merely as a crisis. This is our reality.
Today, the mayor responds to criticism about devoting resources to new arrivals, while more than 60,000 Chicagoans are estimated to be without permanent housing.
I know what it's like to have a family member, a relative, who is suffering.
Mayor Johnson shared his personal understanding of watching a loved one struggle with addiction and homelessness.
When you don't have the right resources or enough resources or the right interventions, the type of hardship and turmoil that causes in families, I know that pain.
He's pushing for a real estate transfer tax to devote more resources to the unhoused and mental health services. And he says he is pushing for sacrifices to be made at all levels of government.
If we do not act in this moment, if we do not live out our values and our principles as a city, the type of chaos that will break out as a result of not having any action will cost the city much more.
As more arrivals are expected, the city is working on finding shelter away from police stations and soon before winter. Sources tell us they're planning on having a Zoom tomorrow with the alderpersons to discuss some of these options. So I think more details.
I see the comment. Yeah, I see the comments. Audrey says, I want to know where the money coming from. We closed mental health and drug treatment centers and hospitals because of lack of funding. We have homeless people living outside. And I hear some people reaction when people say what Audrey just said. Because some people go, well, You shouldn't say that. Well, why not? Let's say all of a sudden you build these tents, these base camps throughout the city of Chicago. You build these base camps. Are the current homeless people who are living in a tent fending for themselves, are they able to go to the base camp? The ones that have to go and buy the little propane heating tanks to cook with and heat a tents up with, can they go to the base camp? Can all those people living under the Dan Ryan right there off of 18th Street, Union, right there, where you get on that, where that overpriced Shell gas station is, y'all know what I'm talking about. You want like $3,000 a gallon. Can all them brothers and people who are living under there, can they pack up their tents and go live at the base camp? How long is the base camp gonna be open? It's supposed to be temporary, right? How long is it going to be open? That's my question. How long is it going to be and again, I understand these people need someplace to go. And I'm not saying that they should not be provided a place to go. My question is, who's all invited to the base camp party? Who's all invited to the party? Felicia says, build the tents around the border. You can't just integrate people that have no knowledge of where they're at. The language barrier. Chicago is looking for cheap labor. You can't build a base camps around the border. You know why? Because the border states are all Republican. And the Republicans is the ones that shipping them to the sanctuary cities. Texas is a border state. Yeah. They're going to get a Social Security card. They're trying to rush them. They're trying to rush work visas. They're trying to rush work visas so they can get a job and work. Now people go now. Here's one. Let me get the other side of the argument because people gonna be hollering, they took our jobs. But what jobs are they taking? Because all the cleaning jobs that y'all ain't taking, y'all gonna be mad because they taking them? All the busboy jobs they gonna take, y'all ain't taking them. Y'all gonna be mad they taking them? Oh, I know it's not gonna be short term. I know it's my question and my concern is, and then here we go, question or larger question. What are y'all doing with all these abandoned school buildings? And I guess people gonna say, well, we don't want them in our neighborhood. Okay, that's fine. But they already there. You got a police station in your neighborhood, they living at the police station. You got an abandoned school building with what? Let me see, how many classrooms you think are in a decent sized school building? 20, 25, 14 to 20. In a elementary school building, 14 to 20. In the older buildings. So 14 to 20. What are we doing with all these abandoned school buildings? They can't be retrofitted. You can't go in there and throw some drywall up real quick and turn the water back on and turn the electricity back on. I know they've probably been gutted by the crackheads, but the ones that haven't. But Tom, you had an interesting thought earlier. Because Tanya said, why not reopen McCormick Place like y'all did and turn McCormick Place to a hospital?
I did say that.
You did say that.
I also thought just now, I was thinking, because they do want it to be a base camp. So it's going to be a small sanctuary cities around here. And they're going to have people, they're going to have nurses and people who speak the language, from where these people come from, to be on site. So it sounds like, of course, there's going to be, not to say police, but probably not, armed security and everything else. I was thinking, in larger part, like, and unfortunately they did say, because we have the most abandoned property, it is going to be the west side or the south side. I was thinking, take over these the Chicago park districts, not the park districts, but the bigger land, like, like say the park on Roosevelt and 17th, like, Roosevelt and First, that, those groves, take over those groves.
Oh, that's Cook County.
Anything that's Cook County is still city of Chicago, right?
That's Cook County. That's the county. That ain't the city. That's Prepwinkle now.
See, that's sad.
That's
But
Prepwinkle.
that's the only way we have. I mean, that's the land that we do have. And I mean, unfortunately, I know it's okay. Now you say it's Cook, but I mean, I would, if it was me, if I had to, I would take over the forest preserves, if that was at all possible.
So Ms. Dawn Bonner says Chicago and other cities have been sanctuary cities for decades, just weren't prepared or ready for it. She said there has to be a demand that the government expedite the work visas for the migrants to work in the service industries that are needed, hotels, nursing homes, etc.
And they trying to.
They are.
We have spent $83 million. We don't have no more money and everything else like that.
We ain't got it.
These migrants have experienced Chicago in a way that some of us have not experienced Chicago. They have been housed in Soldier Field. They have been places.
Get your girl.
Is it Felicia?
Get your
What'd
girl.
she say?
Get your girl.
I mean, you do better just reading the comments and moving to Detroit every other house. You right. You. Wait, was that your auntie? You may be right.
Right, you might be right. Really, Felicia? Moving to Detroit. I guess here's another concern, and you mentioned security. What's to stop the base camps from turning into the Superdome during Hurricane Katrina?
There's nothing. We are literally feeling our way through this.
Who's running the security? Clearly not our Chicago Police Department.
Because they're very much so stretched thin.
So is it going to be government funded security? You stick the National Guard in there? That ain't their job.
I mean, it's not. I also thought about that too. The National Guard,
The barracks.
Take them over there.
Those not full.
Those ain't full.
2 weekends out the year. I don't know when they full or not.
But we have to do something. Like,
what's the plan beyond what we see now? I don't know.
Just human decency says, because we all know Chicago and we know it's very bitter cold.
It's coming.
Not even about the aesthetics of how it looks now, because of Chicago being very, very cold and everything else like that.
Mm-hmm.
We have to find them a place to live. And I know some people feel like, send them, like, that lady, like she said, send them back and everything. We can't do that. We gotta find a way to make them at home, not comfortable, but at home. Because being in these, and they said they want to work. These people want to work. They want to live 13, 15 people in the house. Like, we watched the special. It's 13 people staying in the house because they're seeking a better life.
Shimo says people in Mexico might receive $9 a month from working the whole month, whereas here in America at $2 an hour, they can make the $8 a week. So yeah, they take your jobs. And they essentially contribute their monthly pay.
Yeah.
The tents are a decent idea for now, but there has to be a system in the tents I have been in the Army tents for medical, etc., and they are far better than the police stations and the streets. I'm sure they are. I'm sure they are.
Because you finna give them showers. They literally are giving them home.
When they had the community, they were trying to get the community feedback, the interest from the community. I heard that, oh God, here come Felicia. I already know it's gonna be something bad. When I saw that one lady, she says, how do we know who's vetting these people? That was her concern. She says, I know all of them are not criminals, but how do you know which ones are like not criminals and which ones are? And I thought about that comment and I almost was finna agree with her. But then I said, you don't know when the people that move in next to you, that's American, ain't criminals.
Right.
You don't know that now. So what difference do it make?
You are literally doing what has been done to us for years.
Yes.
You're criminalizing people and everything else like that. And
yes.
Instead of criminalizing, they are humans, and they are here for a reason and everything else like that. And also, like, you know, and there are going to be some mental health issues that's going to show up in some of them and everything, and they need our help at the end of the day.
I think we do the best we can. And I don't know if living at a police station, I guess they would have to interview some immigrants.
It looks uncomfortable.
No. I'm saying, is living at a police station in the city of Chicago better than where you were? I guess that's and it might be. And that's harsh. Is living at a police station, sleeping on a sleeping bag or a blanket on concrete, in a tent, not in a tent. But is that really, if that's better than being where you were, that's a completely different perspective. No, they're not coming to Tanya's house, Felicia. Hell. Ain't gonna be able to do it. Audrey says, I can use them to remodel my See, y'all wrong. But hey, she says when they were first arrived, the idea of the tent was introduced and shut down by the former mayor. But I do believe that they had done the tents in the first if they had done the tents in the first place, our places could have been prepared to accommodate. True. So you saying Auntie Lori didn't want the tents? Interesting. What you saying? Because you turned your mic off.
I said they definitely could use McCormick Place.
But McCormick Place got some events.
They could shut down. They can at least shut down. McCormick Place is nothing but a maze. They can at least
Hall C.
Yeah, Hall C is on the east wing, but not where east to be by the lake. It's literally south.
It probably costs more money to run McCormick Place and Hall C than it does to, because who's responsible for McCormick Place? The Park District? I don't know.
I don't know who.
Yeah, who's the landlord? Right. Who get the rent money
of McCormick Place?
Right. Who the baby patty? Who get the rent money for McCormick Place?
But even if that's like, okay,
because if the city got to fight that bill,
let me work with you.
Because the tent's coming from the government.
Let me work with you.
Work with me.
Okay.
Work that. I mean, work.
So, if you don't want them inside McCormick Place, how about the empty parking structure of McCormick Place? You put the tents in there.
Interesting. Okay. That's interesting. But that's still outside.
It's still outside, but you still have the whole tent model and everything.
Can you put that tent in there though? I don't know if that, because those tents are like up like 1-story buildings. They're not like tents in, not a picnic tent.
It's not the orange.
It ain't the summer sizzle.
It's not. I know that, man. It's not the orange ones. It's not the Antarctica ones. Like, cause that was my whole vision, that they were the orange ones.
Okay. These are the white military tents.
Okay.
Yeah. These are the white military tents. Yeah.
She said no, man, not there. The house music party is there every year. All I'm hearing,
Oh God. That's.
They can't go to the hostels. They can't come to the hotels. They can't go to the hostels in Greektown. They can't go to the hotel in Hyde Park. Where do y'all want them to go?
Oh Lord.
Because back is not the answer. They can't go back.
Wow.
We have to find a happy medium.
Yeah. I don't know. I am at kind of at a loss. Again, there needs to be something. I think there's a lot of different options. I'm sure smarter people have looked into this than us over here being pundits on the other side. But I just want to make sure that when all this support is happening, that the people who have been in Chicago struggling get that same support. And I'm almost to the point of saying, when they open the doors to the tent, to the what is it called, base camp, that the people that's already on the street should be the first one to get a chance to decline being moved to the base camp. When you send them buses to the police department, send them buses to these tents and say, hey, y'all want to pack up and come on? Let's not do them like Lori did when they took them up and then they came back and all their stuff was snatched up and thrown away. Let's not do what Auntie Lori did. She says, I've been to the police station, so many of the families that said the police station is better than where they came from. Wow. Yeah. They are very silent. They are, because they cannot justify in a country that has homeless people all over the country, homeless Americans. Let's start there. Homeless Americans. I wish I had a microphone so that I may speak live with you. I feel a happy medium is to learn from immigrants and others who are industrious, hardworking, people of integrity who just. I'm sorry, it's probably too late now. Let me see. I think my thing is off. Yeah, it is. I was gonna say you could have called into the call-in number. I don't think it'll let you call in now. Let me see. I think it's over. Let me try this real quick because we have a call-in number. 222-238-70-4375. But yeah, you would have been able to call in if you'd have called in before 9:00 because technically I'm over my time. Let me see.
There are no shows scheduled within the next 24 hours. Thank you for using.
Yeah. So you would have been able to call in that way. But yeah, veterans that are homeless, people that have fought for this country, people who have sacrificed for this country. There is no where do they get to go? Where do they get to go? So again, absolutely help these people. But at the same time, let's make sure that those that have been on the street, those that are actually citizens of this country and citizens of this city, make sure that they are also on the receiving end of whatever mercies and grace and and resources that are going to be spread. I don't care if it's a blanket. Make sure they get one too. If you're passing out new fresh pajamas, make sure they do too. And I'm just saying this, they ought to get first dibs because they've been out there a long time. To my listeners who are new to the show, yes, we are not going to get to this article tonight. Is that right, Madam Producer? Correct. We are not going to get to this tonight. We will be back on Monday, right? We'll be back on Monday. So we will definitely do this on Monday. We will do this article on Monday for sure. We'll be back on Monday. I don't know, man. I don't know. I'm a little torn by a lot of our topics tonight. Especially this one. And knowing we have so many people who are in need of help. This one just kind of not speechless, but leaves me befuddled as far as there is no right answer. There is no quick answer. There's no quick answer. Of course, we can pray about it and ask for guidance. But yeah, we just can't put people anywhere. And yes, Chicago cold is not like any other. And if they're coming from Venezuela, ain't no cold, ain't no kind of cold in Venezuela that can even give them an idea of what Chicago gonna feel like. Now, if y'all want to help them out, pick them up and take them on a tour of Peoria Meats. Let them walk in Peoria Meats for about 20 minutes and say, this is what you in store for. Because it's cold up in there. I'm just messing with y'all. Hey, look, we're going to pray. We're going to get out of here because your boy is tired. Let us pray. Father God, we thank you for tonight. God, we thank you for these, your people. We thank you for these listeners, these viewers, these watchers on all of our social media platforms. We thank you for the listeners and those on the Blog Talk Radio platform. We thank you to all of those who will listen to this later. We thank you for those who are listening to this via the replay. But God, we just want to thank you first for just being you. God, we thank you for keeping these people. We thank you for keeping us. We thank you, God, just for being the God that you are. Now, God, we ask that you would continue to keep your arms of protection around all these, your people. We ask that you would continue to do what you do in our lives. God, we want to pray a special prayer for these homeless people, these immigrants, these migrants, all the homeless people that are in the surrounding areas, God, and just all of those in this country. God, we ask that you would give us the know-how and the resource and the willingness to be able to assist them with love, grace, and mercy. God, we just ask that you would be with us as we continue to move from this place. Be with us as we leave this place, but never your presence. We ask now for traveling mercy and grace. And God, any food that we are about to receive, no matter how big or how small, we ask that you would bless it in the mighty name of Jesus. Amen. 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 Look, y'all, I got to go. Hey, I got a football game tomorrow in Elmhurst, Illinois. Y'all come on down and support them mighty CTK Gladiators. We going for that 3-0. We going for 3 in a row. We going for 3 in a row. We going for 3 in a row. Let me tell y'all something. Every win from here on out at Chicago, at Christ the King Jesuit College Prep is a historical moment. Every win from here on out is historical. Every one of them, because we've never done it before. Let me say that real quick. Every win. So I'm gonna try to have a voice on Sunday. Saturday games is not a good look for Sunday. Because I be here sounding real. What you say, Ty? I sound like who went through puberty? Who?
Alfalfa.
Alfalfa.
To my one and only Darla.
or when what's the Brady Bunch? Peter was getting his voice.
Oh.
Remember Peter getting his voice, his growing into his voice when they was trying to make that record?
Yeah.
Anyway, I'm gonna get out of here. She gonna say, may the Lord watch. Bring your license. Elmhurst don't play. Your what, driver's license? Oh, we been there. We good over there, but I know Elmhurst don't play.
Oh no, they gonna cut them lights off. You know,
yeah, they do. They cut the lights off in the stadium.
They cut them lights off while y'all was on the field.
Like game over.
We out.
Game over. You ain't gotta go home, but You need to get up out of Elmhurst
We did not pass the paper bag test. They cut them lights clear off.
real quick. But if y'all got to drive through this special city, you know the one, Chicago, do me a favor, my brothers and my sisters. Keep your head on what we call a swivel. 2 T's, 1 L, 1 O. We are